morning. This is Shannon with For Humanities, and it is wonderful to see you guys here. It is Saturday, and I know some of you guys have probably headed out for these wonderful 3-day weekends for those who have been able to take advantage of that. For those of us who are still at home, that's what we're doing. But it's all in good because as long as you're being productive and you're getting things done. So I am Shannon. I am the co-founder of For Humanities. We are your online t-shirt brand. We design and create socially conscious t-shirts that spark social change and restore humanities. Now, the whole goal is that you guys as entrepreneurs, and let me turn this down because I'm like over here trying to you and your brand. The whole goal is to help you take your creative outlets and turn those into some wonderful cash generating streams because it's just good that way. The other thing is that, I help you guys take what you're working on and develop that into a creative process so that it makes sense that you're doing it. And that's one of the great things with having someone who can kind of be there. Just the same, I've had some folks who are with me who come and say, okay, well, what we doing? How is this? How is that? And the thing is that it's a great platform to be able to have someone that could be there and work with you. So for those of you guys who are here, I thank you guys for coming in. Today we are talking about the one-day masterclass that we're going to be hosting on Sunday. This is going to be Sunday. It's going to be at 12 East Central Pacific Standard Time. So 12 Pacific Standard, it's 2 Central, and it's 3 Eastern. So if you have been wanting to sign up to start your t-shirt business, this is the time to do it. Because we have this one-day masterclass, and it's actually when you opt in. Now, this is the great part is when you opt in to join our community, you will be able to get the tea business for $50. And I'll show you just a second on where you can go and where you can sign up for that to be a part of it. So you go to the link you see below, bit.ly/, the tea business. And when you opt in, you can be a part of the one-day masterclass. And of course, this is me showing it to you guys again on Periscope because that's where I'm at real quick on my phone. So I appreciate you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the the presentation for today so that you guys can definitely continue with the rest of your day and what you're doing. And so that it's, we're not on here very long. So give me a second. We're going to switch gears here and go here so that you guys can see it. So for those of you guys who want to launch your t-shirt business, we will be able to help you do that in no time. Now, this is normally a 4-week session, and it's $160 for the 4 weeks, and it's very robust, and it's a lot of great information. When you go to the email, when you go and enter your name and you're emailing your name in this section here, what that will give you is the link for the $50 reward so that you will be able to get the tea business for $50. So you must opt in to be a part of our community. So join our community and you will be able to get the tea business one-day master class for $50, which is really great. So the one-day master class is normally $89, which is really still a great price for all that you'll be getting, and so that you can get started. So this particular t-shirt here is one that I designed. And for those who know, I also do graphics and designs and shirts for others as well. So, but the thing is today is that talking to you about the tea business, I've been in this business for over 10 years and I learned a lot of things about it. I learned some things of what to do and what not to do. Sometimes, and then learning that you definitely have to know how to promote and get your brand and your teas and your designs out there. Looking at folks on who can help you, that can build those relationships, that will help build your know, like, and trust factor is really important. Because once people get, an idea of who and what you do, then you definitely can be able to support and help others. The t-shirt business is definitely about a bonding relationship with you and your customer because you're giving them the voice that they may not been able to have. You're giving them that voice to share their thoughts or share their passions or share their messages or share things that they've been really wanting to talk about that they probably couldn't do it. This is the opportunity for you to help them. And you can do that because a t-shirt goes a very long way. That, and one thing that I can say that I can share, that I've sold a few t-shirts and I've given some away. In the business of anything, you learn and you go through these processes that you will learn that what works and what doesn't work. And then, you learn a lot about business and being, cordial or nice or whatever one you want to call it, that doesn't necessarily result in business or in dollars for you and your brand. So back in 2008, when we first started the tea business and we were doing the For Humanities brand, it was a different name. And then clearly, real fast after that, we changed it. And that's, a whole nother story we could talk about. But the one thing that I would say is that, when you are thinking of a design, you could be ahead of the curve where you are thinking outside the box. But you have to understand that sometimes people are in boxes. They are in the box that they're in and they're used to certain things being a certain way. So when you are coming up with your designs, that creativity definitely has to be talked about. And I know it's probably like, well, why we have to take so much time just to think of a design? Well, because you want to be sure that people can receive it. So as I share here is back in 2008, when the market had crashed and, Obama was running for president and all of that was going on. During the time when things were just falling all out of whack and the bubbles burst, the government was bailing out companies, car dealerships, banks, and different things and giving them bailouts. And that was the tagline, bailout. They were bailing out this and bailing out that. So of course I was like, well, there's people who are struggling, people who were losing their homes, their businesses, their retirements, all of it. And some people who were losing their lives. So, I was like, hey, being in the social work field that I'm in, I was like, well, people need a bailout. I'm like, I need a bailout. So I designed this shirt that said, I need a bailout. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now, when I did this shirt, it said, I need a bailout. Well, people were probably like, what? Are you in jail? What's going on? And it was like, no, I wasn't in jail, but it was like the point of the matter that they would say that these companies were too big to fail. They were too big to fail. And the thing is that it's like, how could they be too big to fail? But the families and everyone else, their lives, they weren't too big to fail. They lost. Some banks was too big to fail. Some companies was too big to fail. And the thing is that that's the bad part. When I designed that T-shirt, it clearly kind of went over people's heads, or definitely people were too busy trying to stay alive and recoup from the stress and trauma of losing all of their savings. So that T-shirt was not too big to fail. It didn't do as well. I sold some, but some, I did not, and that's how that went. So the one thing that I have learned is that there's some things that you can do that may not necessarily weigh over or translate. So having a team of people to be able to support you is very important in that. So as we went on, we got better at it. We got better at it because overall, this business is definitely great. It's a great opportunity to show. It shows resilience and creativity, the relationship that you build in knowing who your target market is. So my question to you is, if you haven't started your t-shirt business yet, as it says here, if not now, when? So, think about that for a second. If you haven't thought about doing that, my passion definitely is about t-shirts, design. That is what I do. I have a degree. I do love fashion and I love to design and create. So this isn't like something totally new. I was going to be a fashion designer and do all of that, but then I ended up going into psychology and saying, okay, I need something stable that when the minute I get out of school, I can start working, as opposed to building up into a job. So the first job that I would have been able to get, and it's after the fact now. I mean, I could have probably landed something really big, but I had children at the time when I, graduated. So I needed to have a job right then. So I went into social work, and I was going to be a counselor, and took a lot of psychology classes. But the psychology behind what I'm doing now is definitely great. So I kind of came back full circle and came back into to that field of supporting people and supporting others. So what I'm offering you guys is either you can sign up for our 4-week masterclass, which is great, which is $160, or what I'm offering is for those who are wanting to get in there. We can go over the gist of what it is and all of the details, and that is our 1-day masterclass. So the thing is that it's a great opportunity. It's fun. It gives you the opportunity to be that connection, that voice for those who feel that they don't have a voice. Because when you put words on a shirt, those words are read by everyone that come in contact with you, regardless to what it is. Everyone that comes in contact with you will read those words. So that message that you have is coming into their minds and into their mindset. They are seeing it and reading it regardless to if they like it or not, because that is how we are. We are creatures who will read and take and consume. So how about these teas? So one of the things that I want to, talk to you guys is that, I'm not going to be here telling you that you're going to be able to start this t-shirt business in 1 day with no upfront cost, because there is upfront cost. I'm not going to tell you you're going to make 6 figures overnight, but anything is possible because God can do it all. But the thing is that what I will tell you is that you're going to need to work. You're going to need to get things moving in the wonderfulness that you're able to do. Because if you're good with people, people are good with you, and you can bring and draw people in. So the one thing too is here is that they say that according to this Credence Research Inc., they said the global market for custom t-shirt printing industry is expected to cross the US $10 billion by 2025. Now, that is really, really great, because you will be able to get a part of that. And it's just doing nothing but going and going. Now, what do you think about those numbers? I think great, because, I would love to stick my hand in and get some of that, because I got some things to do and some grandbabies to get through school. Now, the one thing that I'll tell you is that I'm sure you're thinking of some catchy taglines when you're reading this. But before we run out and go do some things, we need to think about the plan and understand the business marketing in itself. We want to be sure that we understand what we're going to do, how we're going to put it out there, who we're going to target, and what. Everyone has their own passion and desires and dreams for things. Now, depending on who and what you're going to target, then that's going to also determine, what designs you come up with. You can have different collections of things. That's a great thing. The one thing I'll tell you too is to do your homework. Do your homework before we just go jumping out into the tea land and doing this. So the thing you're going to be learning in this class is how to turn your passion into Bible fashions that generate revenue. You're going to learn how to make your business legit and, come up with a catchy, fictitious business name. You're also going to learn how to build a team to place your t-shirt brand in front of your target audience to help build that know, like, and trust factor that is definitely going to help you build relationships. That's the great part about that as well. Now that you're ready, and I've kind of gotten you ready and you're informed. Now, when they talk about the earning potential, yes, you could earn $100. You can earn $200,000. You could earn a lot, as much as you can, but it's about building the community, but we're not going to get caught up in all the numbers. We want to make sure we have a good product and a tight marketing plan. So I'm going to repeat that again. You must have a good product and a tight marketing plan. And you need to have a tribe that's going to help make this go live for you. Now, the t-shirt business is great for you or a teen if you're just looking to generate extra revenue, help build a substantial college tuition bundle. Starting a home-based business in itself is definitely, it makes great sense. You can get tax deductions and you are building generational wealth, because when you dedicate your time, just like anything, you dedicate the time and energy to build the wealth that you want to build, not just going around spending. But just like any business, you got to be willing to work. You're going to work on the holidays. You're going to work on your birthdays. You're going to build this business, especially during the first startup phase of the business. This is going to take some humility, dedication, self-motivation, creating, testing, and repeating it all over again. Because once you found a way to do it, then it continues and it continues. So remember that $10 billion I mentioned a little earlier. Now, you ready? I'm ready because we're ready to go, because this is where we at. In order to start this t-shirt business, you have options here. You have, again, the 4-week session. You have payment options here, as you can see. We have our one-day masterclass, and if you opt in on the email of our community, you get to have that for $50, because this Sunday, we're going to be doing the T-Business one-day masterclass, and you could be a part of that. So we're going to also be doing a one-day webinar, but that's to be determined. I'll let you guys know when that starts. It's going to be on the Saturdays at 5 o'clock. So again, if you like, you can also click here to schedule your free consultation. So if you have some information, or you want to add, or you want to let me know something, or you just need some more information about how to get started, this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to scroll all the way back, so don't get dizzy, right up here. So if you're looking to start this t-shirt business and you want to get started, let's make it happen. So again, as I said, we got one class coming this Sunday. It's going to be at 12 Pacific Standard Time, and that's 2 Central Standard and 3 Eastern. $50, but you've got to opt in. You got to go in, join the community, get a part of the packages. So that's what you do. You put your name and email, and then the minute you opt in, you're going to get that responder back that's going to give you that link that will give you access to the T-Business one-day masterclass for $50. So I thank you guys all for coming. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to be real busy today doing a lot of stuff. So I appreciate you guys coming. You guys have a wonderful Saturday, and happy post-Valentine's Day. Bye, you guys.